Hello students at home, welcome to AIT Academy e-learning program organized by the Old Boys of National Grammar School Nike 1991 set. My name is Dorothy Ogochukwu. My subject is English language and topic for today's lesson is stress. At the end of this lesson, students should be able to define the term stress. They should be able to outline some rules for word stress. They should be able to answer some objective questions on stress. Definition of stress. Stress is the amount of force we exert during the production of a speech sound. Word stress refers to the force that gives prominence to a syllable over other syllables within the same word. Before we go further, I would like us to refresh our mind on the word syllable. Because understanding what a syllable means will help us to understand the stress pattern of words. A syllable is a unit of utterance produced in one chest pulse. A syllable is a unit of utterance produced in one chest pulse. Come, are, eat, so, go. These examples I've given now are called monosyllabic words. From this, we have to understand that we have different types of syllables. We have monosyllabic words, words of one syllable. We have disyllabic words, words of two syllables. We have trisyllabic words, words of three syllables. We have polysyllabic words, words of four syllables and above. A syllable has three parts. The three parts of a syllable include onset, peak, and closure. The onset is always a consonant sound. The peak is the nucleus and always a vowel sound, while the closure is always a consonant sound. You can combine the three of them to get a syllable as onset, peak, and closure. In a word like calm, we have the three of them. K. We have the three of them, onset, peak, and closure. When you transcribe this, what you have is K. This K is the onset and is a consonant. This A is the peak and nucleus of the syllable. M is the closure. It's not every syllable that contains these three parts. Some syllables contain only two parts. A syllable may contain only the onset and peak, as in two. Here we have onset. This one is peak. So is the consonant. Oh, is the peak. A syllable may be only a vowel sound, as in R. R is a word and is a syllable. When you transcribe it, you have R is a monosyllabic word. A syllable could be formed by combining the peak and the closure. Here you have something like in. Here you have, this one is the peak. N is the closure. You can form your syllables this way, but a syllable cannot be formed by combining onset and closure, because you have only consonant. But when you have consonant vowel, something like to, so, go, you have a syllable. When you have only a vowel sound like ah, you have a syllable. When you have vowel plus consonant, you have a syllable. These are the ways you can combine the parts of a syllable to get a syllable. Then, when you have words of more than one syllable, like disyllabic, trisyllabic, and polysyllabic word, this guideline will help you to syllabify your words in order to have the syllables that are contained in a particular word. Then, going back to our definition of stress, we say that word stress refers to the force that gives prominence to a syllable over other syllables within the same word, which means that in a particular word, a particular syllable is given the prominence. That force is placed, that is the stress, on a particular syllable, not on all the syllables. For example, when we have something like a word like window, we don't just pronounce it window. This is a word of two syllables. We have window. Then one of these syllables will carry the stress, and that one that carries the stress will receive the prominence. If I want to pronounce it, the force will be on that particular syllable that will be stressed on this particular word. There are some guidelines that will help us to know when to stress a syllable in a particular word. These include: 1. All one-syllabic words are stressed. All one-syllabic words are stressed. One-syllabic words means a monosyllabic. Examples are do, come, eat, buy, 3. These are all one-syllable words. They are monosyllabic words. I write them in capital letter because we use capital letter to indicate the area of stress in a word. As you can see, this word, everything is written in capital letter, which means that the whole word is stressed because it's just a monosyllabic word. The same with this, and with this. The second, number 2, a two-syllabic word. A two-syllabic word which begins with the schwa sound has its stress on the second syllable. Any two-syllabic word that begins with a schwa sound is stressed on the second syllable. Examples here include away, ago, alone, ago, the third one, a two-syllabic word which begins with a prefix has the stress on the second syllable. Examples are improve, persist, subway, and other examples. Number 4, a two-syllabic word does not begin with a prefix or a schwa sound. The stress is on the first syllable. The stress is on the first syllable. Examples are teacher, sorrow, vendor, table, these are examples of two-syllable words. They have no prefix that begin them, and they have no schwa sound that begin them. So the stress is on the first syllable, and that's why I've written the first syllable in capital letter. The next one is when a word ends with a syllabic consonant. Tun, bun, tol. That's the two consonants coming together without an intervening vowel. The syllabic consonant cannot be stressed. So the stress will be on the first syllable. Bottle, when you transcribe bottle, you have two syllables, bo and tol. But because this one is a syllabic consonant, we cannot stress it. So the stress is on bo. We have other ones like ebo. We have cotton and some other examples. Then the last one, some words change in form. Some words can change from verbs to nouns. The stress is placed to show or indicate whether that particular word is functioning as a noun or a verb. Examples are I have verb here. We have nouns here, and we have for this last one, you can see that the spelling of both the verbs and the nouns are the same, but from the stress placed on the words, we're able to identify the ones that are verbs and the ones that are nouns. Those ones that are the verbs, stress is on the second syllable. But for the words that are nouns, the stress is on the first syllable. So, and it affects their pronunciation too. Here we have the zat. This one is de zat.
Sorry, my phone starts.